Peace and love, strength and honor. Samir Saif representing Ontario top team. And today's day 25 and something amazing has happened since I woke up. So it's pretty, I've been up since 6 a.m. So I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I was really pumped from Muay Thai class teaching. And I went home, I was sore. So just in case you're just jumping in on the videos, day 25 of my hip replacement revision surgery. And I showed you yesterday, and I don't know if you could tell if you watched the video from yesterday, but something has happened. So I had all this swelling here, and overnight, it's gone. So I'm still really swollen here, you can see it's full, but the swelling that was here is gone. And I woke up, I did my morning cars, I do a morning routine, you know, abducting, adducting, flipping, everything, even before I get out of bed. I do meditation or breathing. I got out of bed, but I already knew something was different. And it was crazy. Like I could just, I know, right? It's like a miracle, day 25. Something similar happened in the first surgery on my right hip, where I just woke up and it was like this, I had been signaling enough times to say, okay, time for the swelling to go. Let's move. So you really need to capitalize on that moment if you get it, and then start moving. It's kind of the signal where you can take the next level of irradiation and, you know, using whole body contraction and effort. So I think that's always the balance that we're looking for is what is too much. So I waited for that, and it's happened. So it's like, it is crazy. So now, because I feel something has changed, you see how I just got up and down? Crazy, I know. But I'll show you some of the floor exercises that I did. So the first one that I did is I'm trying to get, like, my knee can go to my chest, and that's about it. So I'm feeling a stretch in here. So what I did, and even that's like a big gain for me, is I'm pushing on the stick. Now remember, pick line in my arm, so I have to be careful of how much exertion I'm doing with that arm. So it really cuts back on some of the physical stuff that I can do. So right here, what I did was I held it for 2 minutes, and I'm pushing into the stick. And I held it for 2 minutes, and then I relaxed for 2 minutes, and it was actually really tough to do it. And then remember, once you get a release, once you get a little give, don't push it harder. Hold it there for another 2 minutes, or just stay passive for another 2 minutes. Hang out there, let your body know that's safe. So that was the one exercise that I did. And then I also did a little bit of work in there. Just some movement. And I'm still pushing on the stick. Like that. The next exercise that I did was I just stretched it out. Same thing. I'm pushing into the stick. I pushed into the stick. So I'm pulling on the stick, but I am pushing and waiting for my knees to let go, like right there. So again, this is already an improvement. I held this, and then I did some movement from here as well. A little bit of extension from the knees. Still pushing. The next one that I did, which is I did pull, but I felt safe with this one. So I pull my heels in. So I'm trying to squeeze that stick. I'm trying to break it actually. I'm trying to pull my heels in, which has been the weakest part of my recovery. It's just been tough trying to get some signaling going, but I work on it every day. So I pull in the stick and I just lightly pull. So now I am trying to pull my legs in, but just really controlled. And I always try to add some ankle work or something different. Could be my toes. but a nice light pull. And all this stuff, like I said, I held it for 2 minutes and then just stayed passive for 2 minutes. So I weave the stick in such a manner that it hooks on the end of my heel. So this morning when I started, this was pretty tough, and I could just get it over my knee. So what I did was I worked with the stick, helps support, and I wedged it like this, and I held it for 2 minutes. So pails, so I'm not pulling it towards me, I'm actually pushing against the stick. So there's my lever, and I pushed against the stick because this is where I feel the stretch. And just a 30-40% irradiation. And there's my release, and then I held it. So this was an amazing gain today. And so I held this for 2 minutes, and then I chilled for 2 minutes. And then what I did was I started to assist. So now I'm going to try to pull it off my leg and come like this, and then pull it up, external rotation, place it, and this is just huge. And then as I got tired, I would just hook the heel, pull, and assist. Just want to get that little bit of range. And then here, same thing. I pushed, so I'm pulling the stick. I pushed my knees against the stick, and then just found kind of range as I moved. And then I just got a nice little release. And whenever I find like a little aha, I just hold it there. So I work within that range. So I am pushing against the stick. And I did that for 2 minutes, and then I just also held it for 2 minutes. So I'm pushing against the stick this way as I'm trying to get those knees closer and closer to me. And then I did a little bit of ab work and a little bit of pull in my knees from there as well. And also, just like getting up, as you can see, is way easier. So really what I'm doing, and what I'd like you to pick up from this, is reteach your hip, take it easy, and try to find a gauge of, I think what's difficult is, am I doing too much? Am I pushing too much? It's a personal vibe, but I would use like the level of pain and discomfort. I don't think you should go past discomfort. I think pain is a pretty good, pretty reliable signal that you're doing too much. So whenever someone says, Samir, take it easy, you're doing too much, you don't want to hurt yourself, I don't listen to those people. I listen to me, my body. And what I've come to really appreciate, which I didn't when I was younger, is pain. They say no pain, no gain. That's a really terrible philosophy. I think it's no discomfort, no gain. When you want to progress, resistance is uncomfortable. So we need to become very, very aware of our body, and we need to differentiate between what's discomfort and what's pain. And I think that's why people also, remember, I only had to use pain medication for 11 days. And why I was able to get off the pain medication is because I really know the difference between what is pain and what is discomfort. And when I'm in pain, I can't move. I can't function. So I know the key to recovery is movement. So I took the pain medication so that I would continue to move. But as soon as I got to a point where it was discomforting, but it wasn't acute, it wasn't piercing, it didn't immobilize me, the sensations weren't immobilizing me, I was like, okay, I'm going to stop taking the pain medication. I'll just take the anti-inflammatories. And the same thing, I think I have 3 capsules left of anti-inflammatory. I don't like NSAIDs. That's a whole other discussion, as it affects your gut microbiome. And as you know, I'm a nutritionist, so just these antibiotics is ruining my life because antibiotics is really hard on your body. But I know it was a necessity. I wouldn't want to have to do this major operation again. I'm still not going to use weight. I just want to do it right, and I think just using non-weight bearing movements. And once I can do non-weight bearing movements, that will be the indicator of when to use weights. So what that means is when I can comfortably get up, like push up from here with strength, with my own strength, then I know it's time to bear weights. So right now is difficult. So I would say it's not time for me to lift weights yet. I have to be able to bear my own weight. So I did this one this morning, like this, and held it for 2 minutes. Still weak, like I'm stronger than, last week, but I still need a lot of support. So if that could be another thing too that you can think about in your recovery, when is it time to add weights? Well, it's time to add weights when you can carry your own weights, but I don't think you should beforehand. I am going to introduce I tried to introduce the ankle weights, like I said, didn't go so well. The band work I'm using to help me get my heels to my butt. That's really a big thing that I want to be able to do again. From that movement, everything else just becomes butter. So that is my day 25 spiel. Keep following along. Appreciate the DM questions and messages. Please comment, and let's just keep doing this, and hopefully this can help you guys out when you're dealing with your own clients or you are rehabilitating your own hips. Peace and love, strength and honor. Samir Saif, representing Ontario Top Team. Pow!